What's up, everybody? It's Gomlet, and welcome back to another ranked draft of Rivals of Ixalan. So we've got a lot of decent choices in this first pack. There's a Dire Fleet Poisoner, which kind of just is a removal spell. For 1 and a black, you can basically just destroy an attacking creature without flying. It also works as a really good combat trick to give another pirate you control +1/+1 and death touch till end of turn. There's also Luminous Bonds, which is just a removal spell for white. Water Knot, which is a removal spell for blue. And Atscan Seer is pretty good because it's a ramp spell for dinosaurs, and then once you don't need the mana anymore, you can just sacrifice it to bring one of your gigantic dinosaurs back to your hand. So I'm just going to take Dire Fleet Poisoner here, though, because it's rare, and I think it has the most upside if you manage to cast it as a pretty sweet combat trick. And the second pick here is going to be slight toss-up between Goblin Trailblazer and Forerunner of the Coalition. So Forerunner of the Coalition is really nice because it searches your library for whatever your best pirate is, puts it on top, and then whenever you play any more pirates, each opponent loses a life. But Goblin Trailblazer, despite having a lot less text and being only a common instead of an uncommon, is a really strong card. It's just so good in aggressive decks because it's hard to block for a card that comes out on turn 2. It also works really well with Dire Fleet Poisoner because it has to be blocked by 2 creatures, so if they ever make a double block to finally kill it and you have your Dire Fleet Poisoner in your hand, giving a menace creature death touch is always nice because you get to kill 2 of your opponent's creatures on the block. So this is a really hard pick, but I'm actually going to take Forerunner of the Coalition just because there's less opportunities to pick it up. If I see any more Trailblazers, I will definitely take them highly, but for now, we're going to take the Forerunner. It also keeps us in just black, just in case we end up in blue-black pirates instead of black-red pirates. I don't think that's incredibly likely, but it could happen. So this pack's pretty empty for this deck. Yeah, there's really not a lot. There's an Evolving Wilds for mana fixing. There's Pirate's Pillage, which is okay, because it's kind of like a Tormenting Voice for more mana, but it also gives you some treasure tokens, so it gives you a little bit of mana fixing there as well. There's Dusk Legion Zealot, which is definitely a good card in your value-based decks, but I think that we really just want pirates here, because we're already off to a very strictly pirate theme, because Dire Fleet Poisoner and Forerunner of the Coalition want us to have more pirates. But I mean, drawing a card's never that bad. I think I'm just going to take Pirate's Pillage, though. If anything, it's got pirate in the name, so you might as well take it. Couple pretty good cards here. There's Daring Buccaneer, which is a 1-mana 2/2 if you have another pirate in your hand. If you don't, then it costs 3 mana for a 2/2, which is not good. But if you have enough pirates, this card can be very aggressive and very nice, so I think that's probably going to be the pick here. Fathom Fleet Border is also really nice. It's just a 3-mana 3/3. That's a nice, large body for the mana cost, and it definitely helps you curve out and get more aggressive creatures out. But again, it's a common, so we'll have more opportunities to pick it up. There's also Recover. I do think this card is pretty good just because it's kind of like the Black Divination. It lets you get one of your creatures back and draw a card. Just puts you up in card advantage. So I do think this card's good, but again, something we can probably pick up later, so I'll take a Daring Buccaneer for now. This pack's not very good. There's a Brazen Freebooter, which is a pirate, but it's a 4-mana 3/3, and in the pirate decks you really want a lot of aggressively curved, aggressively costed pirates in your deck, and this is not aggressively costed. This is a lot more of a dinosaur deck card than a pirate deck card, actually, just because it gives you that treasure token to try to help you ramp into bigger stuff. And you don't really want to ramp into bigger stuff once you're at 4 mana, unless your bigger stuff is way bigger, which it is in dinosaurs. There's a Dark Inquiry. This card's alright. Whenever it's used against me, I get really irritated, and it usually does some pretty good stuff, but I don't think that necessarily means it's good. I think it just means it irritates me, but I think it's still going to be the pick here. So we'll go ahead and pick that up. Here I think I'm going to take the Fathom Fleet Border. I don't really like stuff with 1 toughness, unless it's got a really good ability like Menace or something. So I'm going to take the Border just because of 3/3. Those are some nice stats. That's a large body in terms of attack and defense. No vampires, or no pirates in this pack. There's 2 vampires. So I'm just going to take Mutiny. It's an alright removal spell, it's not great. Here we'll just take another Fathom Fleet Border. We'll take another Border. I'm not a huge fan of Firebrand. I played a couple Firebrands in my last draft and it didn't work out too well. Here we'll definitely take a Recover. This pack, we're probably not playing any of these. I'll go ahead and take the Jungle Creeper. Just for my collection, and also maybe if we end up like red, black, and green, we could do it. So alright, I think our deck looks pretty good after the first pack, and my god, we opened the best black card in the format. Tetsamok, Primal Death, one of the best limited cards of all time. This card is a one-sided Wrath of God when you cast it, and it's a 6/6 creature on top of that. You do have to spend some black mana to reveal it from your hand to put prey counters on your opponent's creatures, but then when you cast it, you destroy everything with a prey counter on it, so that's a pretty easy pick there. There is a Bombard, which we'd really like to pick up. Dinosaur Hunter is also pretty good, just because it's a 2/2 with a little bit of upside. And obviously it's really good against dinosaur decks, and that's the upside that's there. Buccaneer's Bravado also can be really good, but Tetsamok, literally one of the best limited cards of all time, so that is definitely the pick. This is kind of a hard pick. There's Bombard as a nice early game removal spell, but there's also Stormfleet Swashbuckler, which can be really good if you get the Ascend. A 2/2 double strike is pretty beefy. Let's go ahead and check our deck layout here. Looks like we have a lot of stuff at 3 mana. Do we have any removal? We have Mutiny and Tetsamok. I think I kind of want to pick up Bombard, but Stormfleet Swashbuckler also goes really well into the curve and lets us stay super aggressive here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Swashbuckler. I don't know how correct that is. There's a Polyraptor here, which is hilarious. Man. There is absolutely no way this is seeing play in our deck, but it's a cool card. I think it's just going to be Goblin Trailblazer here. Like I was saying earlier, this card is very, very good. It just... having Menace on a creature that cheap is just really good, because most people don't even have 2 creatures out on the board, let alone 1, by the time you cast him. This pack's pretty bad. We could take the 1 mana Pirate, I guess, or another Recover. We already have 2 Recovers. I don't think we're going to run 3. I do kind of like Recover with Tetsamok. That's, like, hilarious if they kill it somehow. Then we just, like, really destroy them. So I'm just going to take Grasping Scoundrel and try to stick to, like, a hyper-aggressive Pirates theme here with just random Tetsamok if the game goes long. Definitely Goblin Trailblazer. There's another Recover or a Arterial Flow. That's just 3 mana. Each opponent discards 2 cards. That's just Mind Rot. I'm not a huge fan of either of these, so I guess I'll just take 3rd Recover. Swaggin' Corsair. It's basically another 3 mana 3/3. I think I like it better than a 3rd copy of the 1 mana Pirate. So we'll go ahead and take the 3 mana 3/3 here. Wow, Buccaneer's Bravado is still in the pack. Very happy to see that, and that is absolutely going into this deck. Take another Jungle Creeper just because it's uncommon. Take a Cacophodon because it's uncommon. Raptor because it's in our colors. The Land because it's uncommon. And the River Darter, and we'll see if we get anything in this last pack that we're actually playing. And it looks like we absolutely will. So there is a Brazen Buccaneers. We could have a 4 mana Pirate here, or we could have a Walk the Plank. Walk the Plank is going to be good 75% of the time, but whenever we get it against the Merfolk deck, it's just awful. But any other time, it's really good. It's a 2 mana removal spell. I think it's going to be Walk the Plank. It is pretty unfortunate in a format where each game is just best of 1. Like, there's no sideboarding, like I can't take it out. Oh man. Star of Extinction. I don't think that this is the deck for Star of Extinction. We're really trying to curve out with our creatures, but Star of Extinction, it's just like the second that we get into a position where their board is better than ours, we could just be like, alright, get rid of it. Um, but I think I would rather just take the Dire Fleet Captain here. 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever it attacks, gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking pirate. It's just another really fast pirate to try to kill people quick here. There's also Unfriendly Fire as a 5 mana removal spell. Star of Extinction is so cool, but I really don't think this is the deck for it. We just have so many creatures. And I think we're probably, like, yeah, we're probably not trying to cast 7 mana cards, basically, ever. I think it's going to be Headstrong Brute. There is another removal spell here. Destroy a creature with power 3 or less, so that does clear the way for our little pirates, but Headstrong Brute is really good. It's a 3 mana 3/3 menace if I control another pirate. It can't block, but you're rarely blocking anyway. If I don't take this Brute, I really want it to wheel. And if I don't take the Brute, then there's actually multiple choices for removal. There's Unfriendly Fire and Vanquish the Weak. Unfriendly Fire seconds has a way to kill them if you don't need the removal spell, so that card is pretty nice. But it is also a lot of mana. This is a really hard pick. I think all 3 of these cards are very good. I'm going to take the Vanquish the Weak. I think that it's mildly possible that the Headstrong Brute wheels. It probably won't, but I really hope it does. Fire Cannon Blast, 3 mana, 3 to a creature, or if you raid, you do 6 to a creature. I think that's the pick. That definitely makes me less happy about my last pick because we just got the removal anyway. See, here there's another Vanquish the Weak. We get the opportunity to pick Vanquish the Weak or Headstrong Brute again, and I think this time I'm just going to take Headstrong Brute because now we've gotten the Vanquish the Weak, and we have a Fire Cannon Blast as well. There is a Mark of the Vampire. I think this card is really good too. There are a lot of hard packs here. Mark of the Vampire, Vanquish the Weak, and Headstrong Brute would all be very strong in this deck. I'm going to go ahead and take the Headstrong Brute. Wow, we are getting paid off this pack. That's going to be a contract killing. I don't think there's anything I want over it. There's a vampire, a human. That's pretty much it, so we'll take the contract killing here. I think I'm going to start taking the recovers out of here. We're definitely trying to just kill people quick, and recover is a lot better for being like a card advantage late game card. Throw a Skullduggery in here instead of this other recover. Skullduggery is a very early combat trick. It's really only good in the very aggressive decks, but we are one of those, for sure. Lightning Rig Crew or Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. I think I like... Ooh, March of the Drown, though. March of the Drown is basically recover for 1 mana in this deck. 1 mana, get 2 of our pirates back. It's actually not that bad. It's literally impossible for it to wheel, because this is pick 8 at this point. So, whatever we're taking here is the only card we're getting out of this pack. And there are multiple good options. Lightning Rig Crew is quite good. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat's quite good. March of the Drowned is good. I think my only problem... I think I want to take Cutthroat just because these other ones fit awkwardly into our curve. We already have a lot of 1 mana and 3 mana cards, and I think we have enough good ones that we would rather just take something for a different mana cost than have to cut like a 3-drop just to put another 3-drop in there. Yeah, we'll just take the other 4 mana pirates. And here we'll take a Tormentor. I'm probably not playing. We got the Headstrong Brute to wheel. Super happy about that. Now I definitely think that I made the right choice by taking that Vanquish the Weak. Maybe I should have even taken the other Vanquish the Weak. Or the Weak. Because that other one wheeled. Alright, so we gotta cut... couple cards here. So let's see, this is 17 lands. This might be a 16 land deck. Like, what if I just cut 1 swamp, we say 16 lands, then I have to cut 2 cards here. Alright. This deck looks really spicy. Brazen Buccaneers feels slow. Pirate's Pillage feels pretty slow as well. Bam, and then we're just on hyperspeed.deck. Hopefully. We have like no card advantage cards this way though, but that's because we're kind of just all in. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's do it. Hyper aggro deck achieved. This deck looks really good, but I'm a little worried about the mana. Maybe I should still be running 17 lands. And I am worried that we might just get like stalled out and then lose just because we don't have any real card advantage in this deck anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep here. If I find that the whole like super speed plan isn't really working out, then I am going to probably cut the 2 1-mana black pirates, the 1/1s that get +1 when they're attacking. I think those would be the first cuts if I want to make this a little bit slower and have more of a long-term plan. That is what I would do. So that's a pretty good card against our deck. 2/1 when it dies, they get a 1/1 lifelinker. That is a definite way to slow us down. Followed by Legion Conquistador. Well, we had a really nice curve, but our opponent is also playing some really nice low mana cost creatures. I mean, they're not as good for attacking, but they're quite good for blocking. Could vanquish one of them just to get in with the Trailblazer. I'm just going to play the 3/3. Like, look at this turn. Or, look at this curve. 1 mana 2/2, 2 mana 2/1, 3 mana 3/3. This would be so nice if they didn't just drop Legion Conquistador, and then it's like, well, I have infinite 2/2s to block you, so nice curve. Oh, they only have 2 copies of Conquistador. Alright. That's not that terrible. That's still pretty bad. So if they double block Trailblazer with Martyr of Dusk and a Conquistador, I can use my Cutthroat to kill it. I think I kind of just have to force some blocks here. I have to get in somehow. Let's just let the thing happen. Oh, that ended perfectly. I get to kill all their dudes. And I get to keep my Menace guy. So I could have vanquished the Conquistador to leave my other 3/3 on the board, but this does like the same thing. I'm still left with a 3/3 on the board and the Conquistador is gone. But I guess this way I still have Vanquish the Weak in hand instead of still having a Fathom Fleet in hand. It probably would have been better to just Vanquish the Weak now that I think of it. But we'll go ahead and just vanquish that. Tetsamok is a nice draw. The second we draw one more land, we can just start putting prey counters on everything. I'm just going to stick to aggro, though. We're just going to keep attacking. I don't want to show them that we have a Tetsamok. Alright, they just blocked anyway, so I don't have anything to put a prey counter on. But yeah, if I didn't want to show them that I had Tetsamok just to put a prey counter on their 1/1 lifelinker, because then if they had any like really good creatures, they would just not play them. We're gonna reveal Tetsamok. Wait, should I? Should I actually just play him here? Maybe I should just play him and just have a 6/6 on this board, because now I'm just like really trying to kill them. Probably not. They have 4 cards in hand, so I need to make sure that if they just have a bunch more creatures, they can't win. And Tetsamok makes sure that they can't win if I just leave them in my hand. Whenever they play more creatures, I'm just like, alright, more prey counters. Tetsamok would definitely be the more aggressive play if I just cast him. Because I do have the Walk the Plank as backup. Ooh. Whenever another creature dies, put a counter on her. When she dies, put X counters on her. Or put X 1/1 vampires out, where X is her power. Huh. You can have 1. I don't know if that was the right play. Maybe should have just put a counter on her, but I don't know what they would do this turn. I don't want them to be able to just get a whole bunch of 1/1 lifelinkers to really slow this game down. Mark of the Vampire. Alright, they're gonna gain some life. Well, let's just get in there. They now cannot block well. They're gonna block since that would die anyway if I cast a Tetsamok. I'm not gonna cast Tetsamok, I'm gonna save them. Because they're clearly trying to make sure that something resolves here. We'll block and trade with that vampire. Never mind. They get to gain some lives. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them gain the life. Pump spell would be pretty bad for me. Buccaneer's Bravado on Captain could be super lethal. Let's just attack and then decide what to do. Because I'm not going to block with any of these guys. That would be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow. Be at 1. Yep. They'd be at 1. That's unfortunate. I guess I'm just casting Tetsamok then. We'll kill him next turn with Bravado for sure. Unless they've been holding a Wrath for whenever I cast Tetsamok. That would be super impressive. I mean, now we get to figure out what they were holding. They didn't want on the field getting prey counters. Just a lifelink boy. I'm fairly certain they're just dead then. Let's find out. Three, four, five, 9. They do lifelink. Just make this ridiculous. Alright, yeah, they're definitely dead. They did not have a response to that. Alright. Well, that was a game. I was a little worried at first when they had the 2-1 that spits out a 1-1 lifelinker when it dies, followed by Legion Conquistador, which just keeps getting more 2/2s. I was like, man, those are both really good blockers, because they're like one card that gives them several more blocking creatures. But it turned out they only had 2 copies of Conquistador, and I ended up just drawing a bunch of good cards, so it all worked out. This hand's a very risky keep. I definitely need to draw land so I can actually play a creature here, so I can play Forerunner. But, like, if I don't draw any lands, I can still walk the plank one creature if they're not a Merfolk deck. That hopefully gets me to the point where I'm drawing lands. And late game here, I get to play a Tetzmoc. I think I have to mulligan here, though. We're going to keep this one. This one's also awkward, because we have a Swaggering Corsair with no earlier creatures to get the raid trigger. Even though I feel like I do have a lot of 1 and 2 mana cards to make sure I get that Corsair raid trigger. But it looks like it's not going to happen this game. Martyr of Dusk. Another very good blocking creature. Yeah, it looks like we have a 3-mana 2/2 in our deck. At least in this tournament. Or in this match. Legion Conquistador. I feel like we're playing against the exact same start, because we are. They have 2 Conquistadors. So they have 3 total. That's pretty nice. Better than the last guy had. I'm going to play the 3/3. The one that's actually a 3/3, even though it'll do some damage to us. Because I might be able to make my other guy a 3/3 as well now. And also, this one blocks a lot better. Those are 2 power. Having 3 toughness matters a lot here. They're going to Luminous Bonds my 3/3? Nope. Another Legion Conquistador. So now... I guess I attack, and if they block, I Buccaneer's Bravado, and if they don't, I Swaggering Corsair. If they just block with the 2/1 and chump, then I just play Corsair. If they do a block, that's going to be lethal to the Hoarder. Then I Bravado. Alright, no blocks. So here comes Corsair. Oh, we got another 3/3. See, it worked out. We turned the Corsair into a 3/3. Even though I really thought he was just going to be a 2/2 this game. We got a creature a little bit late, but we did get another creature. Four mana. Ixalan's Binding on Swaggering Corsair. Get in there for 6. Alright. Opponent's going aggressive. And it's working out, because I just have a bunch of lands. I'm running less lands in this deck than usual, but that's certainly 7 lands. I think I just sit here. I don't even contract killing until they play something better. If they have another removal spell, I think I'm just dead. Everdawn Champion. I think I might be contractually obligated to kill that champion. Goblin Trailblazer. I gotta kill one of these creatures or I'm just, like, really dying. Yeah, these draws have not been that good this game, unfortunately. We had to mulligan to 6, and then we drew a pretty not aggressive start when this deck is just like very much needing aggressive starts to do much of anything. Alright, put Hoarder back into my hand. I kind of need to draw another Pirate here, or I'm tremendously dead, because then I have to take damage to replay him. And I only have one blocker. Yep, I'm pretty dead. Do have double combat trick to try and clear out these creatures, but I don't think it's going to work out. Because they have like one combat trick that kind of just befuddles me down. I don't even know what befuddle means, but it's a magic card, so I'm going to say it. Attack with everybody. We're going to block there. We're going to give +1/+1, -1/-1. Just take 2 this turn. Splendid Griffin. That's gonna kill me almost immediately by itself. So I have to just like draw Tetsamok right now or I'm dead now. I think that's my only draw here. Headstrong Brute cannot block. Yeah, that's game. That was unfortunate. I do not think the draws were particularly well in that match. But you win some, you lose some. Head on into the next round here. Maybe we can play against a somewhat slower deck that does not go turn 2, 2/1 that dies and makes a 1/1 into turn 3 Legion Conquistador, because that is all we have played against so far. This is another bad hand. It's only got one color, just like our first hand in the last game, even though we have literally the exact same number of each basic. I'm just going to keep it this time. I'm just going to go for it with the Swashbuckler and the Brute. And it paid off. We got the land. However, our opponent is also on Pirates, and they're on the play, so this is a little scary. They're on mono black right now, though. Tetsamok v Tetsamok, let's go. Well, guess we just get to wait for a Tetsamok here. This is pretty sick. This is going to be a long game. Twilight Prophet. Wow. Really want to contract killing that thing, but I don't know when I'm going to draw another land. Do I want to trade or do I want to just Skullduggery there, dude? I'll just Skullduggery the guy. Play Headstrong Brute. Give them some more stuff to do with their Tetzamok. So they play Tetzamok next turn, so I no longer have to deal with it. No attacks. I think I'm just going to kill that Twilight Prophet with a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat if they block here. Alright. I'm almost like 100% to lose this game if I don't get the second black mana for my own Tetzamok. If I do, I think I'm fine. This Tetzamok is gonna 2-for-1 me, probably. Let's kill 2 of my dudes. I've gotten a lot of value out of my dudes, though. Otherwise, I've had Swashbuckler trade for something and do some damage. Headstrong Brute has done a lot of damage. Tetzamok counter on the Cutthroat. Got Tetzamok mana. Yep. We're gonna pass. Because they probably just go land Tetzamok now. If they don't have the Tetzamok mana, then I kind of messed up. Should have just played my 3-3. But I have no way of knowing if they have the 6th land or not. They could have just sandbagged the land there since they just wanted to put a counter on my other guy anyway. Impale on the Brute even though he's got a prey counter on him? I like it. That's not really a card that does anything right now. I guess we're just passing. We're in the pass wars. This is stupid. Tetzamok versus Tetzamok. The thing is, though, the cool thing is that my Tetzamok is hidden. They don't know about my Tetzamok. 3 to that. I could put a Tetzamok counter on it, but I really want to Tetzamok their Tetzamok because that's hilarious. I don't know what's in their hand. Well, I mean, now we're just going for it. Now we're just going to start getting in there with these guys. We'll let them kill them. Do they still not have the 6th land? And if they don't, what on earth are those other 5 cards? Stormfleet Pyromancer with no raid trigger. I like that. Yep, counter on one of my hoarders. Alright. This is a funny game. Oh, wait. Nope. I don't actually have the mana to cast it the turn I reveal it. I'm going to Tetzamok their Tetzamok with these treasure tokens, though. Let's do it that way. Do 6 to them. And then since I get the treasure tokens, Tetzamok whatever they play next turn. which will probably be a Tetsamok. Hopefully they don't draw land and just get to kill both my Fathom Fleet borders. So they put the counter on first. Do they play a land? No! Lame. Time for the big reveal. That was silly. They're just gonna use a removal spell now. They probably still have more removal spells in their hand. Oh, just a 2/2. Ooh, they might have the Flash Death Touch Pirate. That'd be alright. I just play a Swaggering Corsair. Ooh, Sure Strike. That's 5 power. They have Skullduggery and Sure Strike? Just Sure Strike. So something to do 1 damage here. 2 to each non-pirate creature. That was well played. That was well played. Smart plays from opponent there. Ooh, that's pretty good. I don't think it'll save him now, though. Especially because I just drew Dire Fleet Poisoner. I'm just top decking like a champion. Yep. My guy's got 4 power now. So sack your knave. Get your treasure token. Or concede. That is an option as well. Well, that game... that game was ridiculous. Black-red pirates with Tetsamok versus black-red pirates with Tetsamok. And we both had Tetsamok in hand all game. Mr. Donkey Bong. Alright, that's an opponent. That is for sure an opponent. Why do I draw the worst openers? What is my life? Oh my god, and now we drew Buccaneer with no other creatures. Sick. Leave you on top, Captain. It's gonna be one of those turn 2 Captain, turn 3 Buccaneer hands. Hilarious. Arena's really trolling me. I do genuinely think on paper this is a very good deck, but I'm drawing quite awkwardly. Just that I've had to mulligan 3 times because it's just been like double mountain or double swamp. When my land counts are equal. Rah! Just block with the collar. It doesn't do anything. It's just cute. Whoa! Free damage! That's how we do it. They did not want to block with their O3. They're like, listen, I need my dinosaurs to be cheaper. If you have a 0 mana pump spell, do not want to lose my dudes. I have like Vanquish the Weak and Bravado. I think it's going to be really hard for this attack to go poorly for me, so I'm just going to do it. And then we'll see if they somehow Galaxy Brain their way into a block that just screws me over even with these cards. I don't know if I want to just vanquish that guy. Yeah, I think we just vanquish that. Bravado will let us kill something larger, and they have Kinshali's Collar, so they're definitely trying to play some dinosaurs. And dinosaurs can get much larger than 3 power. Sun-Crested Pterodon. Well, we do the same thing, and we kill the Pterodon if it blocks Captain. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, because now if it blocks Buccaneer, then I'm just sad. Oh wait, no, we still kill it. It's a pirate. What am I talking about? It's double strike, man. We just kill it. I don't know why I thought that the Buccaneer wouldn't be big enough to kill it. See, I thought correctly at first, and then I derped myself up. We're running out of castable cards. We're just running out of cards, period. We have another 3/3 and a Mutiny, and that's what we got. So here's another 3/3. Prevent all combat damage to it. Fortunately, Raptor only does 1 damage to that thing, so I can't really attack into it. If I attack with Buccaneer and Captain, then they just kill my Buccaneer and take 3. That seems pretty bad. I have to wait till I draw my second Swamp, or they play something that can actually mutiny their Everdon champion. Which should be pretty soon. They're playing dinosaurs. Oh, I guess they just had a weird hand. Yeah, just another 3/2 in their hand. I guess they're just like red-white aggro with all the smaller dinosaurs, and Kinjali's Collar is just in there to make like Sun-Colored Raptors cost 1 and stuff like that. That costs 3 mana to do the thing. So if they pay 3, that's a 4/2 trample till end of turn. Do I want to just take 1 or trade it with my 3/3? I think I just want to take 1, because now I get to attack with my 3/3 no matter what I draw. Or I guess I don't. I get to attack with my 3/3 and my Captain. And that will actually accomplish something. Attacking with just the 3/3 would accomplish nothing. They just block with the champion, and the champion survives and nothing happens. But if I attack with 2 3/3s, I could maybe do something. Sky Marcher, nice. We get to kill the champion and actually start attacking again. Direfleet Poisoner, another fantastic draw. So we're going to have Sky Marcher deal the 2 damage to that guy, and now we just go for the attack, make things really bad for our opponent by playing Direfleet Poisoner on the Buccaneer. Wow. This deck is pretty nice. It's pretty mean. Now they're down to a Collar and a Raptor and whatever random cards that they've managed to draw off of Pirate's Pillage, which I don't think will get there, and it does not. That is a concession from Mr. Donkey Bong. Alright. 3 wins, 1 loss. I would legitimately be disappointed if this deck goes 3-3. Whereas, usually I just say, whatever, 3-3 is average, that'll be fine. I would be disappointed with this deck, because I think that this deck is good enough to try to trophy, to try to get 7 wins. I'm not saying it's a lock-in for it, but I think this deck at least deserves to win more than it loses. So we're playing against blue-black, starting off with a Mist-Cloaked Herald. Let's drop out the Captain first. Swashbuckler's not going to be bigger for a long time. Captain's bigger the second you start attacking with multiple creatures. Opponent hits us for 1. Nothing else. Alright, I'm just going to attack. And I'm not going to cast anything till main phase 2. Just in case something happens here, I have Direfleet Poisoner and Vanquish the Weak backup if it's a creature-based thing. If it's just an instant speed, Vanquish the Weak my Captain. That'll be sad, but... Alright, nothing from opponent, so we'll go ahead and cast the Fathomfleet Border. They might have a Hornswoggle. Looks like that is a no to the Hornswoggle. Or they're trying to save it for a bomb creature, which I don't really have in hand, I just have more small dudes. Direfleet Poisoner would be pretty good to counter, though. Dark Inquiry, alright. I don't really mind losing any of this stuff, especially because they just took their turn off to do it. I think that just means I'm definitely going to be able to get in for a really aggressive start here. I get to attack next turn completely unfazed. Or worried by anything they have. Make me discard the Direfleet Poisoner. That definitely stops the most damage. And that was a draw. Yeah, let's just play dudes, and hope they don't have like a Tetsamok or some other kind of Wrath. I don't think this... Oh, they could have the spell that's -2 to all creatures. That would be really bad for me. So maybe I shouldn't have just played everybody, but... This is like, if they have the spell, that's bad. But if they don't have the spell, they're almost definitely dead. Water not the Direfleet Captain. That is definitely the right choice. Direfleet Captain was going to be super massive. I'm not going to vanquish that guy. 4, 5, 6, 7. That just makes sure I get 7 damage in. Not super exciting. This guy doesn't really do anything unless they have a Skullduggery, and if they do have a Skullduggery, I have Vanquish the Weak as backup. Just to make sure none of my creatures die here. So they're just taking all the damage. So we'll play Fathomfleet Border. Just because the Wrath that they could have is just -2/-2 to everybody. It won't kill 3/3s. So there's no risk in putting another 3/3 out, and opponent scoops them up. Because that was a pretty nice aggressive start there. Definitely was too hard to deal with for their deck, at least. 4 wins, 1 loss in with this pretty sick Pirate deck. I'm definitely trying to get this one to 7 wins. I think it's earned it. The last deck that I drafted, the red-blue deck, I think I drafted pretty poorly. It ended up a pretty bad deck. This deck is gas. This deck is very nice, if I do say so myself. Alright. Did I, like, not put in the 1-mana pirates? Because I've not drawn them a single time. Actually, now that I think of it. So maybe I just didn't put them in and I forgot. I forgot that I took them out. Like, I know I have the red 1-mana pirate. I don't think I have the 1 black mana 2 ones anymore. I've literally not seen them in a single game, and I'm confused as to why. So we're going to turn 2 Trailblazer, followed by turn 3 Border or Direfleet Poisoner, depending on if they double block. Hey, speak of the devil. Alright, Scoundrel's here. That means next turn I can Poisoner and Scoundrel, which I'll probably do. Especially if they double block. But I doubt they'll do that. Oh, they're just going to Skullduggery him away. Fair enough. opponent is white, black, red, green. Yeah, opponent's white, black, red, green. I'm confused and scared. Guess we'll play a Scoundrel and we'll flash in a Poisoner at some point. I don't really feel like losing the life to the border. I might as well just get 2 dudes out here. That's bad. Journey to Eternity is insane if it ever gets flipped. So I just can't attack my opponent now. Because the flip side is 5 mana, tap it, return a creature from your grave to the battlefield. They do only have 3 lands right now. I'm surprised they're attacking. So now I get to get in for a little bit of damage next turn. Alright. Save our Skullduggery mana up. Get in there for 4. So now I have a creature that can definitely kill that Dinosaur Hunter if they really just want to flip it. Guiltgrove Stalker. No attacks. So we'll save the Skullduggery, we can kill the Stalker with it. I think we do just attack first, because they probably block my 2-2 with their 2-2, so Skullduggery can save my 2-2 and kill the Stalker. So they do get to flip that Journey, but they only have 3 mana towards using the ability. So they're not quite at the mana cost to keep returning stuff. But it does help their mana. So now we're going to drop Swaggering Corsair. I forgot that it also just brings the 2-2 back. I thought that it was only just to flip it and start getting the ability. So now they're at 4 mana, still not enough for the Journey's ability. That is a 2-5. So I guess we're just attacking with the 3/3s and the Death Toucher here. Really hope they don't get the mana to just start using Eternity every turn. That would be... I would lose if they got the mana to start using Eternity every turn. So hopefully not a land draw for opponent. And it's a land. Absolutely wonderful. But they do not just return their 2-2. So we're getting hit for 2 Vigilance here. Hopefully I draw land. Nice. I think we are just trying to kill them as fast as possible, so we're just going to cast Tetzamok and attack with everybody. They've got 1 blocker, so they block a 2-2 and take 8. I think I can kill them before they just win from value. Okay, make it a 3-6. They get to kill one of my 3/3s. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 3 life. They'll have 2 blockers. That's not enough. Unless they play like 2 creatures this turn. So yeah, they can't just use Journey to Eternity and win. They have to play 2 creatures, which Journey to Eternity will just get them 1 creature. The Cave of Eternity. Yep, they need 2 more things on this board to block, or they need to kill one of my guys and get another blocker. So, recover. On a 2/2, play the 2/2. Do they have a 1-mana creature? Or 1-mana removal? Nope. That is game. And I also drew Contract Killing, so even if they did play 2 creatures that turn, it was game. Contract Killing was a sweet draw. Alright. 5 wins, 1 loss. With an aggressive black-red Pirates deck. With the late game Tetsamok, just to make sure. Just to make sure everything goes right. I think we're at the point I wouldn't be too... I don't know. I want to get at least 6 wins. Once I'm at 6 wins, 6-3 is respectable. 6-3 is fine for this deck. Why does this keep happening? The 1-color hands. The last 2 games, I had Mountain Swamp and a bunch of stuff, and I was like, alright, we're getting the good hands now, and now I've just got Triple Swamp somehow. I think I still keep this, though. Which is not good, because this hand is not that good. This hand is pretty slow for my deck. And it's very slow for this deck. Playing against black-white. And there's the Legion Conquistador. Picking up double Conquistador. They could have more copies of Conquistador, and they just picked up 2 because if they picked up 3, they would have had to discard a card that turn. So, we will certainly find out. They're probably just going to play a Conquistador here. We'll go ahead and attack into it. That way, they'll double block, we'll kill a Conquistador, and we'll kill another Conquistador with Fathom Fleet Cutthroats, enter the battlefield effect. So it's time to find out if they have a 4th copy of Conquistador. Oh my god, they do. They got 4 Conquistadors. At least. So now we have a Skullduggery, so now I'm even happier with just attacking here. They're getting so much card advantage. They played a Conquistador, and it was the 3-mana 2/2 that said, draw 3 cards. Minimum at this point. They might even have a 4th. Or they might even have a 5th at this point, Conquistador. Let's see. Oh my god, 5 Conquistadors! This is not fair! What the shit? 3 mana 2/2, draw 4 cards when it enters the battlefield. Seems good. Holy goddamn shit. Alright. So, I could just put 3 Tetsamok counters down right now, and then it'll be hilarious if I draw a land. Otherwise, I attack with both Hoarders. They double block one and don't block the other. Or, I guess they triple block one, maybe. I can make combat go fine for me. We're just gonna attack, still. Just keep attacking through the horde of Conquistadors. Oh, they want to attack back at me for 6? Clear the Conquistadors out, Tetsamok. I believe in you. Get them out of here. All of them. They need to leave this plane. I'm tired of them. Dusk Charger. That's a 5/5 for 4. Seems good. Oof. Alright. We did not draw the land. Alright guys, we're in the danger zone. This is not good. I guess we just block Dust Charger with the Direfleet Poisoner, so we just try to kill them. We can take 6 more from Conquistadors. What's the best thing to do here? Trade for that with a Skullduggery. I could Direfleet Poisoner to kill it. I could Direfleet Poisoner and Skullduggery, and then I get to keep my border. That's good. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Now I'm just really hoping, like really hoping to draw the land for Tetsamok here. I could also mutiny one of them so I'm not taking so much here. But I'm not going to do that. Oh, they're going to play that Pride of the Conquistadors thing, the thing that just all their dudes get +2/+2 till end of turn. I'm actually going to block so I don't just die to that card. If they didn't have that card, that was a bad block, but I didn't want to just be dead if they did. Holy shit, the 6th Conquistador! They did it! Opponent is living the dream! Sorry, I've bumped the mic a lot. This is ridiculous. It's irritatingly good. And, of course, that right there is, not the land. So I have 5 mana. So I have the mana to Mutiny and Border. Could also Mutiny and Cutthroat. So I guess we attack. If they double block, we Cutthroat. Ooh, bold play. Bold play. If I had the +1/+1 double strike, I could kill them. But I don't. So we're just going to kill as many Conquistadors as we can, because this game's stupid. Don't pay the red mana, you absolute buffoon. Auto Tapper. I almost just lost thanks to Auto Tapper, but I checked myself. I did not let it auto tap the way that it said it was going to. Mutiny a Conquistador, so that it's very unlikely for me to die. This is stupid. I've killed 4 Conquistadors. And there's 2 more. Oh, you son of a... Oh. Goodbye, Tetsamok. Are you really going to choose something other than... Okay, I was going to say, they were thinking about it. Okay, 6 Conquistadors. That's it. Of course, now I drew the land. They did not have the 7th Conquistador, so at least we have that going for us. I'm in a really winning position, depending on what's in their hand, though. I don't know how they... All they had was Conquistadors. How on earth do you just draw nothing else? Because the Conquistadors, every single Conquistador was just an additional draw for them. They didn't have to spend any of their draw for turns on Conquistadors. So I have no... Did they just drew nothing but lands? That's kind of unfortunate for our opponent. But I'll take it. I don't know how else I'm gonna beat 6 Conquistadors. They just recover a Conquistador? Oh no. They should have done it for the memes. They just recovered the Dust Charger though. Recover Conquistador, cast it, search for 4 Conquistadors. Like, wait, what? Is this the... Okay, yeah. They just had more card removal stuff. More discard spells. That was horrifying. The 6 Conquistador deck. That's one way to draft Ixalan. Alright. 6 wins. We've made it as far as this deck has deserved to go. 6 is like the minimum wins this deck should have got. I think that this draft just went spectacularly. But we'll go ahead and find out if we can go ahead and pull out this last win here to make sure that this is a 7-win run. I certainly hope we can. What have we learned today? We've learned that arena drafters love Legion Conquistador, and that if you only have 2 or 3, not that scary. But if you have 6, that's a lot of draw. That's just a 3-mana 2/2 that just casually is like, put 4 more 3-mana 2/2s in your hand. This hand is awkward, but I'll keep it. 'Cause it can cast all my spells. Ooh. It's a good draw. Unless they play Swamp into Swashbuckling. Or Skullduggery. Exultant Sky Marcher. No attacks. Their guy has Vigilance and they didn't attack? They don't want to just trade for a Trailblazer? That's surprising. I would totally trade my 2/2 Vigilance for a 2/1 Menace. No blocks, that is the smart play. I think I'm going to Cannon Blast the Flyer and try to really get him with this Poisoner, because they were thinking about blocking. So whenever they do the block, if they ever do the block, I want to just like really get them. Dire Fleet. Land into Legion Conquistador. No, stop. Please don't. Please don't, opponent. Okay, they only have 2. Oh, they have 3. They have 4 total copies of Legion Conquistador. I mean, at least we never played against Merfolk, so this Walk the Plank's been fine. God, I guess we just send the Trailblazer in to trade for 2 dudes. Get any kind of value we can get here, because they're going to have 50,000 2/2 blockers. Well, I think our plan against Legion Conquistadors is just to draw Tetsamok, because... Dear Lord. That's a 2/5. That's not a Legion Conquistador. What are you doing, opponent? There's no way they have Merfolk, so I'm just going to play the more expensive removal spell. That was stupid. I should have played the cheaper one and played my border. That was so dumb. Why on earth did I do that? Alright. Major misplay. I should just have a 3/3 out here. Oh, I am such a buffoon. I'm not gonna make a Conquistador walk the plank. I do not care. I do not care if it's the right play to just keep getting damage, and I am not walking the plank Conquistador. I have too little respect for his 2/2 body. Okay. Alright. I mean, I told you what you do to Legion Conquistadors. I have taught you all how to defeat them. You know the play now. Just cast Tetsamok. That's it. It's that easy. Hey, and it turns out contract killing earlier worked out, because I wouldn't have had the treasure to do that if it weren't for contract killing. Oh, they don't even play a Conquistador? Are they just scooping? Oh, they're saving up mana for Settle the Wreckage. This is exact lethal. We're attacking with him and only him. Because they're definitely going to Settle the Wreckage. Oh, just Divine Verdict? That's sad. Should have attacked with everyone. I was like, what on earth could they possibly have that they just pass? Turns out Divine Verdict. Divine Verdict is a card. It's smaller, Settle the Wreckage. It should not have just not attacked with everybody. It was way more likely for them to have Divine Verdict than Settle the Wreckage. But I was terrified. God, they're playing just a bunch of small creatures. Yeah. Buy 1/4. Just attack with a 3/3, I guess. If I get Zatalpa'd again, I'm gonna be a sad boy. Siren Reaver. That's pretty good. But so is Mutiny. They're gonna use a pump spell on their Siren Reaver? What are they thinking about? This has to be like a pump spell. I don't know why it's taking them so long to figure it out. There you go. That's how it works. Congratulations. Trade for a Hoarder? Yeah, you want to trade for a Hoarder. Alright, well they're very slowly killing me now. They're slightly faster, like, killing me now. Slightly quicker. They're killing me slightly faster. I don't know. I do not know the English language very well. No, it's the only language I've spoken my whole life. Like a scrub. Alright, we're gonna get there. We are vastly outracing them now. That's an air elemental. Wow. Kill a single herald if I attack. I think I have to just play Swaggering Corsair just to make sure that Direfleet Captain will attack as a 4/4 next turn. It's pretty lame. Yep, double block on the Brute. So I get rid of both the Heralds. Do 2 to my opponent. But I still have a Direfleet Captain that's going to attack as a 4/4 again, thanks to this. So next turn, if they don't play any other creatures, then they block Captain with a 4/4. Now that they have a Sailor, I think they block Captain. Ooh, alright, now they're just dead. If I didn't have a pump spell, I'd still make this attack, because they trade the Captain for the Air Elemental, and they stop 2 damage with the Sailor of Means, and then they still take 2. And then with the Air Elemental off the board, oh my god, what is this? I'll make them have something. Oh, they didn't have anything. I guess, yeah, that was a fine play from our opponent as well. They were playing in a way that if I just drew a land or something, if they block that way, they make sure that there's one less pirate on my board. That way, next time, if I try to attack with Direfleet Captain, it only attacks as a 3/3, so then they can keep the elemental on the board, and then they just have the largest creature on the board. So any combat goes in their favor, because they get to keep just eating a creature. But it didn't work out, because I had a Skullduggery to give +1/+1 to my dude, so... that will end the draft as a 7-win, 1-loss draft. I like this deck a lot. That was super good. That was basically the poster child for your red-black fast pirate decks in Ixalan block. Ooh, Ripjaw Raptor's a nice card. I like it. It's not really seeing much play in Standard right now, but if you ever want to make a dinosaur deck, Ripjaw Raptor's pretty nice. Rare wild card, definitely pretty sick. And for our random weekly reward, a Mirror March. Mirror March is hilarious. I don't think this card's competitive, but it's funny. I have seen decks doing stupid things with it. It's a cute card. You just flip a bunch of coins, and if you win a bunch of flips, you get a bunch of copies of your creatures. It's a super fun card. This is definitely the kind of card that I'm very happy to have on Arena if they ever implement Brawl or Standard in an actual like multiplayer sense. That is my #1 want for this program. But I understand that would be very hard to implement because just the way that the battlefield's visually represented, to have like a person to have 4 different people on the screen would be pretty hard to do. They'd have to figure out a way to do that, plus all of the programming stuff to just let 4 people play the game at once. But yeah, Mirror March is one of those cards that's definitely a lot of fun in just like casual multiplayer madness. Because in multiplayer you can play a lot slower, jankety cards like that because the focus isn't always on you. You don't have to worry about playing against a fast deck and just immediately dying because whoever's playing a fast deck has 2 other people they have to kill. But yeah, I'm going on a tangent here. Thank you all for watching another ranked draft of Rivals of Ixalan. Format's going pretty well for me so far. That is 2 7-1 runs and a 3-3 one, so definitely not a bad record at all. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll definitely be back later with more Magic Arena videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.